I'm a dating and relationship coach for men, and I got into this because in my previous relationship, I hired a coach myself in order to see if my relationship was salvageable. It was not, but in the process, I learned a lot and ended up learning that I had a knack for doing the same type of work. So that's what I did. That's like the compressed, short version of it, but that's pretty much what happened. Why do you ask?
No, I just your video kept popping up on my For You page, and I thought, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna ask him and see because the advice you give is quite profound and enlightening, and
Mm-hmm.
it's nice to see that you know men um, are looking within and are accepting both masculine and feminine sides of themselves
Mm-hmm.
and allowing to be vulnerable, right? And it gives that, what's the right word? It's just a lot. What I see is it gives me hope that there is potential out there, right?
Right.
Instead of just having that blockage of like, oh, men are all the same and whatnot, the kind of mentality I used to have about like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's more of, well, everybody's going on their journey, everyone's figuring out who they are and where they fit in this world. So that question was one thing that really popped into my mind of what puts you in this position of doing dating and relationships on TikTok.
Oh,
It's
nice.
nice.
I appreciate the question and the kind words. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal, right? Is trying to help other guys reach that level of integration. Like you said, accessing both the masculine and the feminine, things of that nature. Be able to show up, more of a whole person within a relationship. It is a rare occurrence, but I think that with content like this, it increases the likelihood of it occurring more frequently.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
No problem, love. You have a good one, right? All right.
Hello, how are you?
Great. How about yourself, man?
I'm good, man. Do you have any tips? I got in a relationship yesterday. Do you have any
Okay.
tips for me?
What do you mean you got any tips? What are you trying to? That's not what this is about,
Cause,
bro.
cause I'm new to this relationship thing. I just need tips. I'm new. This is my first relationship.
I got you, but I can't give you like no random tips. Like what problem you trying to solve?
Now I want to have like a long relationship because we just interacted yesterday. I know we're girlfriend boyfriend. So I just want tips from you because it seems like you have experience.
Okay. Well, when you have a problem, come back. Okay. You have a good one.
Okay.
That's not gonna last, is it? He's cooked. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel.
Nice. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I want to comment on Lady Jesus
I
profile.
can't do it, bro. What the fuck was that? Was that a genie? It sounds like he's calling from a lamp. Why are you so muffled, bro? Um, Donnie, I can't bring you up, bro. I don't like your profile pic. I'm sorry. You have like a troller's profile pic, bro. Can't do it. Vari, hello.
What's up, boss? How you doing?
Chilling, man. What's up with you?
Man, I just needed your advice. I got out of a relationship about a year ago, and guess my question for you would be, how do I integrate back into dating scene? Because I took some time off just to kind of like self-reflect
Mm-hmm.
and take some time to myself away from dating. You know what I mean? Because I noticed I didn't want to have like a toxic way of filling the void of that
Right.
breakup, if that makes sense.
Right.
I guess my question would be like, how do I integrate back into the dating scene?
Okay. How long was the relationship?
It's about a year and a half.
Okay. And you've been 1 year removed from that?
Yeah.
So when you say reintegrate into the dating scene, like, what does that mean? Like, how do you start dating again?
Essentially, yeah.
I mean, you gotta ask women out, right? You gotta talk to them. So you find what pathway offers the least resistance to you, right?
Mm.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
26. Okay. Do you have any kind of resistance to dating or trying to date?
To dating, not necessarily a resistance. I did notice that I do have a pattern of it's like short-term things, but within the period of time, I would say like I'm a bit more avoidant,
Okay.
especially right after that breakup. So the hardest part for me, I guess, the challenge that trying to be a little bit more vulnerable to being emotionally available, if that makes sense.
Okay. Were you avoidant because of that breakup, or were you avoidant even before you got into that previous relationship?
It's kind of in my nature.
It's in your nature.
I've been that way, but while I was in that relationship,
You're kind of cutting in and out. Your audio's cutting in and out, bro. Is there something you can do on your end to kind of improve that?
can you hear me now?
Yeah, but it's like I could hear you before, but you were like kind of drop in and out. So you said that
Okay, so
you're avoidant. That's in your nature, and you're trying to, I guess, reintegrate into the dating market without that being a sticking point.
yeah,
Okay,
without that being an issue, I guess, because I'm aware that that is a problem, obviously,
right.
but it's kind of more so how do I not combat that, but I guess like what's a healthy way of fixing that issue? You know what I mean?
Well, bad news is you can only fix it within a relationship.
Mm.
You can become aware of it in
And somebody
solitude.
said he comes from looking at the comment.
So your audio's still dipping in and out. But yeah, you can only heal it within a relationship. So maybe try therapy coupled with trying to get into another relationship. But like you have to be in a situation for you to be triggered and activated in order to
Hey,
find
where my girlfriend
healthier
at?
ways to go about it. All right, Miles, let's get him blocked. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. I don't know if you can hear my connection. Fully.
Yeah, your
Can
connection,
you hear me?
your connection's being avoidant right now.
Okay,
But
for sure. I'm gonna call back when I get better connection, brother.
okay, yeah, call back in. We'll finish the conversation. All right,
For sure.
all right. Appreciate you, Eva. All right, Mr. O'Neal, what's going on?
Yep. So, who betted longer that it would last or not? I want to know the parlay.
Say it again.
Who betted longer between you and Cece that it would last or not? I want to know who won the parlay.
I won the parlay because I said it's not going to last.
Yep. Ended it today.
Right.
Yep. I did ask her that question about the whole comfortable thing though, and I just was like, just how she answered it. I was like, no. I was like, you could say stuff, but I mean, it's just no. I'm not gonna continue on with that, you know. So, bright side is though, I did reach out to a girl that did really want to try with me. So, back up on top in that department. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna see how that one goes because that one was all just like mostly talks too. So I don't know. But for me, I mean, either way, I mean, I don't mind because I mean, like I said, I wasn't really planning on dating this year. So it's basically like, I mean, you know, bright side, at least I had my first my first good Valentine's Day experience. So now all I gotta do is I gotta build on it in the future. Maybe you never know. Maybe someone else will really appreciate me for that.
Right. All right. Well, cool. Good on you for ending it, bro. I'm happy to hear
Yeah.
that. I thought you were going to tell me that y'all were still seeing each other, and I was gonna have to drop you. But I'm glad to see that you went
Nah,
ahead and followed instruction.
listen, people. You could tell someone even in 3 weeks or even within the first month. If y'all go longer than a month and y'all are still questioning it just end it and save your peace.
Right. All right, bro. Well, cool. Appreciate the update,
Yeah.
man.
That's all though. Short and sweet tonight.
My man. Take care, brother. All right. Mr. O'Neal is learning his lessons. Hello.
Hello, sir. So I have this question.
Sure.
So you're answering all these questions. Like, do you know everything? What's going on? You're a therapist.
Okay. Let's keep it moving. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm guessing you're a therapist or whatever, so I was just gonna ask you a question.
Not a therapist. I'm a coach.
You're not a therapist?
No.
Okay. Well, how do you feel about, like, I guess, like, so a guy I was talking to for, like, 3 years, so was, like, not interested in, like, I guess, like, intimacy anymore. Do you think that that's, like, a regular thing for men to go through, or is that just, like, I guess, like, a person-to-person thing?
Person-to-person thing.
Okay. So not most guys, but, like, if you're in like, an emotional relationship, like, it wouldn't be like, oh, you don't want to do that anymore?
Correct.
Okay. All right, that was my question. That's all.
All right.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. It's one of those days, huh? It's one of those lives. I knew we couldn't keep the trend up. We had the last couple of lives been good. We've been getting good questions. It's already looking like one of them ones. We're going to try it, though. We're going to stay cautiously optimistic. We're going to hope the second half is good. But, Jesus Christ, so far, does not seem promising, does it? If you do have a legitimate question or a problem pertaining to dating and relationships, you can hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person. I will bring you up. Alternatively, you can drop your question in the chat. What's going on, L? How we feeling, love? Glad to have you. Got something good, but I ain't ready to talk. What you mean not ready to talk? Hello.
Hey,
What's up, man?
everything good? What about you?
Good. What can I do for you?
Oh, just I'm here to talk to you. You are looking good guy.
Nope. Don't like it. I don't like his voice. We can't do it. Told you my discernment is improving with this shit. That sounded like fucking Stephen Hawking, didn't it? I thought he was dead. What are we doing? Hello. Hello. All right. It is indeed a strict program, right? Maz, let's get me blocked. Yo, what's going on, bro?
Yo, what's up?
Chilling, man.
I've been on this before.
Yeah.
Probably like a couple months ago. But yeah, I got a relationship like give or take 3 months ago. And, I'm trying to get back in the dating game slowly but surely. I'm not sure what my problem is, right? I'm confident. I'm a good-looking guy. I'm more of like a cold approacher. I don't really do the dating apps. It hasn't been very good to me. But when I go out, I talk to women. I can get the number. It seems like they're messing with me. And then when I get the number, it's like I can't put two and two together. Like, I'm not really a good texter. So I'm guessing like what I need more intellect on is like how to like close that gap. Cause like, you know, I'm relatively back new to this game. And
Okay.
It's evolved. I will say it's evolved.
Indeed. Right.
So I don't know. Like, what's your insight of like kind of bridging that gap? Because like, you know, I got no problem, you know, getting the woman like that spark. But just the follow through is not what I'm good at.
So where's your process breaking down?
The texting.
Okay. So you get a woman's number. What's the first text that you send?
I mean, it depends. Like, I usually cater it to the conversation that we had.
Okay.
But yeah, it depends. It's more like hey, I like to the vibe that we had, and that's pretty much it. I'm not really a good texter, so.
Okay. And like, at what point do you lose them? So I'm assuming she responds back to that initial text at least half the time, right? So at what point are you losing them in like the text messaging phase?
Honestly, that's a good question because I feel like I kind of reciprocate the energy. So, I don't know. I say something. If it takes you like a long time to get back to me, like I'm either gonna just like be dry as fuck or just like end it right there. But like I don't know if I should be more so like more willing to entertain it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You can't match energy too early in the process. What I mean by that is like you want her. She don't want you yet. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want her, you got to kind of like extend yourself a bit more in the beginning. Okay. So that makes sense. So like you're already talking about like if she takes time to text back and stuff like that, then you cool on it. It's like, well, she ain't. You cold approached her, so you kind of interrupted her day and what she had going on, and asked her for something, which is her number, right? So it's kind of on you to make that worth her while in a sense. Okay. I know that's different from all the information you hear online, but like that's how it works in reality, right? Like you're trying to get like if she came up to you, makes sense because now she's the one wanting you, but like you, that ain't the case. You want her, so you're gonna have to kind of give more at the beginning. So when it comes to text messaging, it's like you kind of want to approach it to oversimplify it. You want to accomplish one or two things every time you send a message. You want to either be progressing things forward or giving some sort of value, right? Progressing things forward is going to be figuring out logistics for the date, you know, like trying to get her to either go on a date with you or trying to progress to a phone call or a FaceTime call, something like that, right? That's moving things forward. Offering value is going to be you give her something interesting to respond to.
Yeah.
Right? Text her in a way where if she reads it, she wants to respond. Normally, that's going to mean you talking about her, right? You're not talking about yourself. So, but it's not silly shit. It's like, what are you doing?
I don't be texting like that. Honestly, so I mean when I met this girl over the last weekend, it was kind of like a mutual thing. Like she kind of came up to me, but you know, got the number, everything. I like took a day or two to text because you know I've been busy. I got like a big test at the end of the week, and I told her that over text. But I don't know. I haven't been being like boring or anything. I just like it's messing with my energy a little bit because you know, like we already set up the date like for the end of the week on Saturday, right? Mm-hmm. That's like after my test is over, and I communicated that, but like I don't really want to be like I don't know what to say during the week because like I don't know I really don't got time for that, but I don't know like I don't know what to say in between, you know, or if I should even say anything, but like I see people saying like yo you gotta like show more interest and everything like that, but like isn't that what like I thought women don't like that type of stuff. Like, oh, he's showing me more interest. Like, I'm gonna ghost him. Like, I don't know. It's been a minute.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Okay. When you say it's been a minute, how long has it been?
I mean, like, just in the dating game, it's been like a good like. Well, I graduated in May. It's different. So like, I'm out of college. You know.
Right.
You know, dating game's a lot different from going from college to the real world. It's different.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Okay.
But,
When you approach them, how long do you talk to them?
I mean, I can hold a conversation.
Okay. So you're not just going up, giving a compliment, and then trying to get a number?
Yeah.
You are doing that?
Oh, like you like at the bar? Like I mean, yeah. If I see a girl I like, like I'll go holler at her. I'm
I'm
usually
trying.
with a couple of my friends, so like we run like a little like 2-man game.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how long is the interaction when you're talking to them.
I mean, like timeline wise, maybe we can go on for like 15-20 minutes.
Okay. Good. Good. All right. And you get a number, and you text her, and then in this specific situation, you're saying that you set the date up for Saturday, but your main bottleneck is you don't know what to say in the interim
Right.
between now and Saturday.
Or to like like just like keep the things going. Like
Any reason why you're setting the date up on Saturday?
I mean, my test is on Friday.
Okay.
Like, I just want to like focus on my test.
Gotcha.
Because I gotta pass that.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're not doing anything social before Saturday.
No.
Okay, I got you. That's fair. All right. You don't have to like text every day or stuff like that, right? But you should be able to offer some degree of value. I'll tell you something I used to do, right? Like there was like a coffee shop I used to, when I first got single, take women to. And I remember the first time I was going to take a woman there, like the day before, I went to the coffee shop myself and got some food, and like I took a picture of it and I sent it to her and was like, swung by to the spot, make sure it was still worthy of our presence, just as good as I remember, right? And how's your day going, right? So then I just started using that same picture over and over and over again, right? Because I was like, oh, that was effective. Just keep doing it. But you just got to find little ways, right? And there's other ways to offer value, right? Because you can also do certain things like pattern interrupt. So let's say you already have like conditioned the person to receive texts from you. Pattern interrupt is an effective way to shake them out of that stupor and to get their attention, right? So an example of that is like, okay, I've been texting you for a while. Now I'm gonna send a voice memo.
Yeah.
Right?
Spice it up a little bit.
Right. You can also like, instead of texting, remember I said you want to either progress or give value. So you progress by asking for a date, but you also can progress by like having a phone, like scheduling a phone call or like a FaceTime call or something like that.
Okay.
Right. I wouldn't do FaceTime unless like you look really good. Right. You don't want to, if you're not flattering or like a FaceTime call, I wouldn't do it. It's risky. It's a risky move.
I can put my shit on.
Okay, if you got the features for it, like, yeah, I'm all about playing to your strengths, bro. When I work with clients, it's all about like, okay, what are your strengths?
Right.
And then let's leverage those strengths, right? You got a good voice. I need you sending voice memos. Why would you not do that, right? There are guys who call into this live, bro, and like they have good voice, like real deep, strong, masculine voices. And as soon as they get one sentence out, the women are like in the chat, like, I love his voice, love his voice. So just use your strengths to your advantage. You know,
Okay.
You funny, be funny. Don't be a clown. There's a difference. So like, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of ways to give value. You want to avoid try to avoid asking date questions before the date, though. What I mean by that is like any kind of deep questions, like what do you do for a living? Okay, what made you choose that? Like that kind of stuff. Save that for the date. Save the meaty shit for the date. Text is to keep it light. I would treat the text as like being more playful.
Okay.
You feel
Yeah,
me?
I mean, I didn't text her today. Shit, I don't even know if I'll text her tomorrow because my test is on Friday morning. So I was
Right.
thinking about like sending a text on like Friday, saying like, because I'm taking off on Friday. I don't know. I'll just see where it goes on there. Honestly,
What I just said should help you though. If you just keep in your mind, you either progressing things or you're adding value.
Mhm.
Good. By adding value, I mean you sent something and now she wants to respond to it. Right? There's more. I have a whole ebook on texting that's the first product I created that I sold to people. Because it is hard. It's a whole nother skill set. But if you get
It's
good at
different,
it,
bro. It's different.
yeah, it's a whole nother skill set and you gotta be good at it. When I was coming up, like when I was in my 20s, early 20s, the play was the thing that worked in the meta was you just use texting for logistics. Right? So it was like that's how you stood out. You stood out by all the other clowns were like trying to talk to Shorty all day, and then you don't do that, and she only hears from you when you're trying to see her, and then that made you stand out, right? Because you have like this mystique about you. That shit don't work in 2026 because everybody's so stimulated. So now it's like, how do you manage attention? If you try to play that, what I played in my early 20s, now you're gonna be forgotten about. Because Shorty's DMs are exploding, dudes are approaching her. Maybe she on a dating app, you know what I mean, getting blown up there. You're gonna be drowned out, right? So the way you stand out now is like you have more tools in your tool belt.
Yeah.
So if you can be stimulating via text, that helps a lot, right? If you have some sort of strategy, like I said, like bridging like the first meet initial text to like either a phone call or a FaceTime call, just have a process that works for you. It may take a bit of experimentation. You may get this to a point where it's like you already know the play. It's like I get the number. First message is like, hey Susie, this is your crush from Target, right? First message, you already got her smiling because you're calling yourself her crush, right? It's just play of confidence. Then maybe you do a little light touch there. Day or so later, try to schedule a FaceTime call. FaceTime call is the bridge. You do a good thing on you FaceTime her in a way that makes her anticipate the date. Because if the FaceTime call is cool, she gonna want to see you on the date. But using the same place for all of your dates, I sniff that out immediately. You think you do, and then you go ahead and make it happen. All right. But it is a real problem. It's like, so the problem that you're having, like the real core of it, what I coach guys on is like, try not to have the date so far out. And especially try not to have it on weekends, right? Because if she don't know you, you are competing with more fun things she could be doing on that day. You feel me? So like,
Wait, that's a good show. That's actually a really good show.
you see what I'm saying? Like young, pretty women typically always got shit to do, especially depending on what city you're in. They may be invited places and stuff like that. So now you're positioning yourself to compete with whatever else she has going on that's more fun. And if she don't know you, there's no reason to cancel those plans and deal with you. And we're talking about like last minute plans too, not some shit she already planned out a week. Her homegirl hit her up. We got Drake tickets. You try and go. Of course, she going to that. She not really fucking with you no more. So you want to kind of plan dates on your off days. This is why I asked you why you planned it for the Saturday. So I get your situation, right? You got studying to do, valid. But like if you didn't have that, I would be like, try to make that shit happen on a Wednesday or a Thursday. There's less friction there.
Okay. Damn, that's some good insight. Yeah. I'll probably send her something like tomorrow after I get some good studying in. But I don't know. Like the reason like I'm not tripping about it is because like I don't know. It doesn't really seem like she's feeling me like all the way heavy. So like it is what it is, bro.
Why you say that?
I don't know. Just like the gaps in between, like we're talking, and like the responses and everything.
You
Like,
have to like, she might not be, but she's also shouldn't right now because she ain't really took your essence in yet, right? That's what the first date is for. That's why the
yeah.
first goal is to get the date, because the date is when you're gonna be like, assuming you do well on the date, you know how to carry yourself. That's when she's gonna be like, oh, right. After the first date, you'll likely see a change in how she orients herself towards you.
Oh, okay. So this is normal.
Yeah, it's normal variance. You're probably one of 5 dudes she's engaged right now. So it's like, you know what I'm talking about? What, she's 22? Yeah, she probably has some sort of a roster going on. So it's like, yeah, get that first date locked in. And then you may see a shift in energy, assuming that, like, you actually a cool, chill guy to be around. Which it seems like you are in this conversation.
Okay. All right. Cool. Damn, bro. I appreciate you.
No problem, bro. Come back and give me updates, all right? We'll talk through it further.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.
Appreciate it.
Take care. All right, we got a good call for the books. That made up for all the weird shit at the beginning of the live. Cece, what's going on?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Uh-huh.
Because I'm Ubering, so sometimes my connection don't be the best. Alright, so I wanted to give an update a little bit, because I've actually been working on myself.
Nice.
And that was the reason why even earlier in the first live, when you were talking about, like, me saying, like, I was, like, trying to figure out, like, kind of his attachment style.
Uh-huh.
Because early on, like, we had, like, roughly 3 dates, and then we were exclusive, like, immediately. So that was probably even, like, a week.
Right.
And I feel like a part of me in the beginning, like, that threw me off. And so as we're, like, going through stuff, it's like, you keep telling me you're in a relationship, and I'm like, my mind is like, no, but we're dating. Even though there are, like, I guess things that, when you get to, if there was time in between before going exclusive, I feel like that's my mindset when it comes to stuff. And so, like, when you talked about the attachment style, it's like, oh, when you're, at a certain point, when you feel like that person, that's where I was like, okay, maybe he could have been displaying something different. But I actually do agree with you that he really kind of seems very secure. And as compared to my anxious side. And so this week, I kind of had some ups and downs. He's been very, very busy. And I think our communication dropped. But one of the things that kind of helped me, because you said, like, you kind of have to sit in it and just kind of, do the things. I started reading a book that I really enjoy reading. So that helps the time pass. And then the other thing that I kind of do, I don't really like to journal, like, just blindly writing stuff, whatever, but so when I've been in those moments, I've actually made a list of all the things that he's doing in my mind that I'm like, well, what's his pattern? Show me. And crazy enough, like today, yesterday, he called me and I really got like a lot of attention. And then that's where he was like, oh, well, I was doing X, Y, and Z and all this stuff. And crazy enough, it was stuff that was on my list that I made up. Like, oh, he could be doing this, this, and this, and this, and this. And it just comes to show, like, how much kind of, like, I do know him. And I've come to see, yeah, we're going to have these moments where our busy looks different. We navigate it differently. But I do have to slow it down and take the time to, like, no, like, our relationship really isn't going anywhere at this point. Like, it doesn't feel like there's anything that makes it seem like, my first couple of thoughts, I'd be like, what are you doing? And like, craving the, I would say attention, but, like, just, I don't know, our pattern, like, I'm so used to certain things, and once something dips, I focus on it. And so that's why I think like sometimes when we're in a conversation and I'll say something because a part of me is still kind of like I said, like, yes, I'm in a relationship, but I still kind of like am used to just dating someone. This is now it'll be 4 months next week, and so this will actually be the longest person that I dated since my divorce a couple years ago, including like even the people I was like talking to from TikTok when I was trying to be outside, outside. And so that's what it's just like when you say like when you're in a relationship and your attachment styles really come out, like it really has been testing me. And probably this week I would say is the most that I've been like really
you got a bomb going on?
sitting in it and kind of like recognized I was backing up, but I actually backed up too far. But yeah, having to really like I said, sit in my anxiety and not let it consume me, and all that stuff. So
there we go. I'm happy to hear. Like you're growing, right? Like you said, you were sitting in it, so it's like you don't feel the need to immediately get rid of it, and that's a good thing.
I'm sorry, I'll be right back. I'm sorry, hold on. I'm sorry.
Cece, do you expect us to put the whole live on hold right now? What's going on? All right, Cece. Well, come back up when you're ready. All right. All right, Tanika.
Hello,
Hi.
how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. I said this time I'm gonna I was trying to do my camera but I can't. Yeah, here I am. Yeah, so the last time I was on here, you gave me some great advice and so I chose to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not dating, I'm just trying to get out. Socialize and like, develop my who I like and stuff like that.
Right.
So I have my 3 events that I'm going at Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I'm just up here just giving you an update.
Okay. Well, nice. I'm glad to see you getting some momentum. That's good. That's the first step, right? As you take the first step, you can iterate and have something to improve. So yeah, keep us posted. All right.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
Have a
love.
good night.
Take care.
Yeah.
All right, Jay, what's going on?
Yo, what's up?
Chilling, man. What's up with you?
Fine, thank you.
Mhm.
I wanted to ask for some clarity. So, the type of person I am, I think I have an anxious attachment style. I do a lot of deep thinking when it comes to things,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been talking to this one person this girl for around since October, and it started off really fast. Like we got to know each other really well. Like she lives in New York, I'm in Philly, so like we had to commit to see each other and stuff. But it went really well. Sleeping on FaceTime calls every night. Blah blah blah. All the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, in the beginning, we both agreed that we didn't want a relationship. I didn't want one because I got out of one and I wanted to get to know someone properly before I fully commit. I feel like in my last relationship, I liked the person, and then during the relationship, I got to know them instead of doing it beforehand. It was kind of quick. I made her my girlfriend really quick,
Right.
and I didn't want to make that mistake. So I was just kind of
I don't want a girlfriend right now, but like as we go on, I will see like how I feel about her over time, and I eventually did see that possibility, and I was okay with talking to her every day, blah blah blah. So I traveled to when I went to a different country for Christmas, so talking was kind of difficult, but we still call each other. I came back and I saw her, and things are like going down, and she like the text or reply are going down up until now, where it feels like it's like I always reach out. It's like long responses, and she kind of told me that she didn't expect it to get so serious. So like, but I'm kind of like just over here overthinking and stressing. Kind of, I already had that conversation. She doesn't want a relationship. She's not ready for one. But like my feelings towards her is like so strong. Like she told me she loved me like around a month ago, and I told her back around like 2 weeks afterwards because I had to really think about it. But I guess for her, loving me was like something that was kind of like not that she didn't want it because she likes the feeling, but like she didn't expect it to happen. So I'm just kind of confused as to where that leaves me, whether I should. I feel like I should leave, but I also don't want to. We plan on seeing each other next week, but I'm not sure she's gonna commit to it. I don't know if that changes anything. I don't know.
Okay. So what's the main question here, brother?
I guess the main question is how I'm meant to feel. I feel so conflicted. I want to text her. I want to do all these things, sure that like I want her because I do want her.
Right.
That's what we were doing. But then to hear that she doesn't want me back because she likes me too much, that also scares me.
Right.
Like that has changed my worldview, because whether that's the reason or not, that's what I'm being told. It's kind of like even after this, I'm scared to date again, because how could liking somebody too much be the reason to like pull away?
Right. How old are you two?
I am 21. She's 22.
And how long have you been dating?
I was dating her since October.
October. Okay.
I would say we stopped around like maybe January. It's been on and on. It's been weird.
Okay. And did y'all ever progress to a relationship?
No, we never fully put a title on it. We were exclusive for like a while.
How long were y'all exclusive?
Like an official title of exclusivity, I'll say like around a month.
Around a month?
I'll say like full of December.
Okay.
We treated each other like damn near girlfriend and boyfriend, pretty much. That's what it was.
Got you. Okay. Do you know anything about attachment styles, bro?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm anxious. I think she was anxious as well, but now I don't know whether she's actually she told me she just doesn't want to see me romantically because she's going to end up wanting a relationship. So she's being avoidant right now. I guess she's choosing to be. But I guess maybe she always was, and she just liked me a lot to overcome that and show that she wasn't.
Yeah, attachment styles can be tricky because you can have an attachment style, but then you can also have a learned behavior. So you can have a person who's anxious, and then they go through a bad experience, or maybe they fall so deeply for someone and then it doesn't go their way. So then they adopt avoidant strategies in order to protect themselves, right? That's why it can be kind of complicated. So you can have an anxious woman who knows how she gets in relationships, and then like she creates distance, aka acts avoidant, so that she doesn't become so anxious. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can get that.
Right. So she could still be anxious, but it's like she's avoiding the pain that comes with intimacy. It's almost like a lot of people these days is in our current dating market, a lot of people are moving in a fearful avoidant pattern, right? They're technically not fearful avoidant, but they have adjusted their behavior in such a way that it matches fearful avoidance, right? So I'm not saying that's 100% the case here, but that's what it sounds like. It does sound like someone who's anxious, but they're also just afraid of getting into a relationship because they're afraid of getting hurt. They're not afraid of intimacy like an avoidant person would be, but they're afraid of getting hurt, so they're creating distance there.
Yeah, that's. She said she was scared the whole time, and I'm not like, I know the type of person I am. I'm always asking like, so then why were we doing these things? Why were we talking? Why were we engaging when we knew this was the outcome? And a part of me knew that this could happen, but I was like, I'm actually willing, just because like if we do get in a relationship, like I would really enjoy it because I really, really, really like this person. Like I love this person, and she loves me back, whatever that means. Doesn't feel like it. Like it just feels that like there's this wall between us is like, and I want to get over it, but it's like if I call, she'll respond. But like it just feels like we have good conversations. I mean, I want to wait till she until I see her next week. But I'm just so confused as to how I'm meant to feel when I see her, whether that changes anything or whether she likes me more. I
mean,
know.
Practically the only thing you can do is give her space. This ain't a situation where tactically you want to confess feelings or try to progress things. That would be the wrong move. She will simply create more distance. So tactically, the only move here to do is to give her space and remain warm if she does reach out. Now, you have to ask yourself, are you willing to even do that? Because doing that does not guarantee she will ever be ready for a relationship, right? It doesn't guarantee that she'll stay solely interested in you. So you could be waiting around for her to just ultimately end up with somebody else, right?
Yeah, that's my fear.
Yeah, so you have to ask yourself. So it's like tactically, that's the play, right? You keep your distance, remain warm if she reaches out for you. If she tries to reach you, you extend the hand, right? But you aren't trying to initiate things. You're not trying to progress things. But can your anxious system handle that is the question. Because that will require you to exist in a state of ambiguity, formlessness, and anxious people hate that shit.
Yeah, I hate that.
They
I guess
want
I'm trying to
clarity.
train myself towards that, but I don't know if it's like even worth learning. There's some things I just rather just deal with. I could just find someone else who wouldn't do that, but I really do like this girl. I don't know if it seems pointless or futile.
Yeah, but when you say you like someone, you gotta like all of them, right? The way she's behaving is also her. You know, so
Yeah.
you have to determine if that's something that you're willing to tolerate.
Would you say there's a point in even seeing her next week?
It's not gonna really. I mean, you can if you want. It's not gonna change anything.
Yeah.
She'll probably bring some sort of justification,
I'm
right?
just confused as to how she sees me now. She doesn't. That's why I want to see her. I'm just trying to see how she acts around me, what she's
You can.
on.
I mean, you can. Just don't try to progress things.
Yeah.
That's all. Just try to progress things. Just like you can hear her out and then move forward. But like I said, be warm, but don't try to. This isn't the time to emotionally dump on her and be like, "I love you so much." Like that may sound romantic. That may sound in movies that works. In real life, they're gonna run from you.
I fear I did a little bit of that, but I started to give her space a little bit, but she still messes with me. So I'll give an update if and when I do see her.
Okay, absolutely, bro. Keep me posted. All right.
Thank you, sir.
No problem, Jay. Take care, brother.
So.
All right, Tamara.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So I kind of just want to see about getting a man's perspective on kind of my situation.
Okay.
So I have been in and out of a relationship with this guy. In May, it'll actually be 9 years. So long story, the first couple years, well, probably the first, I would say 3 or 4 years was pretty kind of toxic in a sense that the first year we were together, I had 2 tragedies that hit home to my immediate family, which he was not there for. And we probably broke up 100 times probably the first 2 years. Found out that he was cheating, lying, and was almost like basically living a whole double life. So every time I would leave, he would come back and beg me back. And so we'd end up getting back together. We did this off and on for probably 4.5 years. And then I finally completely walked away from him and didn't talk to him for 2.5 years, almost 3. And we both found Christ and was going to church. We kind of kept in touch off and on. Then we started talking again, and we were together for about 9 months. Everything was good. No fighting. no worries about cheating, the life that, all the stuff that we had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And so he proposed, and we were going to wait and get married until the summer of 2026, but we were going to buy a house together, so we decided to move it up, and we ended up getting married in August. Well, after we got married, we applied to get our house, and the entire time he kept saying, I'm going to sell my house, I'm going to sell my house, I'm going to sell my house, and then, we'll buy a house together. So the realtors came out when it was time for him to sell his house. He backed out, and he said that that was like the first accomplishment to him after his divorce. And then he was like, I've got it. And then we were still living in like 2 different houses, but always at my house. And then he wanted to go home for the weekend. And so that brought up a lot of trust issues, and it brought up a lot of those feelings that I had from a long time ago that I had buried from him breaking promises. And after he came back after that, that weekend, things were just off. And then the whole house thing, he decided that he didn't want to sell. And that put us in a hard spot because I lived in that house for 3 or 4 months, and it was very toxic. He was verbally abusive to me for about 9 months. And so that was never an option for me to go back to that house. It had way too many bad memories. So in this sense, like, we've been split up ever since. And I'm at the point, I've kind of have walked away from the relationship, but he keeps telling me that men need to grow up and to give him another chance, and he wants to sell his house. He knows he was being selfish. And I guess with me, I have kind of put a wall up, and I don't want to go, try to work things out because, like I told him, I'll be thinking of when's the next time you're going to hurt me? When's the next time there's going to be excuse? So, like, when we got married, his mom called him that same day and had words with him. So then he was like, didn't want to post anything on Facebook to spare his mom. And like I told him, you've never put me first. That's just kind of always been the thing. And so, and am I wrong to think that just to cut it off and walk away after we got married?
Are you wrong to leave this marriage?
Yeah, so he's trying to make me feel like I'm giving up, and that everybody makes mistakes, and he's learning from them, and he knows what he needs to do, and now he's ready. So, like, he's trying to flip it around on me like I'm the bad person.
Right, that's manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, you should definitely leave.
Because I just feel like if it's been as bad as it has been, and again, in May it'll be 9 years, he is a very selfish person. My mom was unalived 2 days before Christmas, and he couldn't even be there for me during that time.
This past Christmas?
No, the first year we were together.
How long ago was that?
In 2017.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, love. But yeah, you definitely should leave. But it takes 2 to tango.
Right.
Right. So you have to reflect on why you're willing to put up with that kind of treatment for so long.
And I think at the beginning, because that first year we got together, my son-in-law, he unalived himself the same month that him and I started talking, and then that happened with my mom 7 months later. Mm-hmm. So I think that I was so caught up with the tragedies in my life that I was just kind of dealing with it, and that's why when I realized after 4.5, 5 years, that's why I cut it off and completely walked away for 2.5 years and found Christ, and was going to church, and I changed my life completely. And I think he did the same thing, and it's like, did you do it for yourself, or did you do it to win me back? And that's what I'm starting to think now.
Absolutely. I'm glad you're seeing things clearly now. That's good.
Yes, and that's why this time it's, even though we went and we got married, it's easy for me to just be like, I'm done, and I want to walk, I want to walk away from it, and I don't want to give it another shot.
Right.
But I just wanted to make sure that I'm not crazy, and from a man's perspective, because my grandparents and my dad, everybody's passed. I don't have that to go ask and be like,
yeah,
am I doing things the wrong way?
I understand. That's definitely a rough thing. I can appreciate your situation. You're definitely in a unique situation with all the tragedies that you felt, and I can completely understand you don't have anyone to turn to. It's time to pray. So you talk to your heavenly Father if your earthly one is no longer here, right?
Absolutely.
And you start leaning on that. I think the next part of your growth phase is you start trusting yourself a bit more.
Yes.
Right. Trust
I agree
yourself.
with you on that.
Trust yourself. Trust your connection with God a bit more, and you don't need anyone else, me included, to validate decisions that you know was the right decision to make. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, love. Best of luck to you.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do we have anyone in the queue? Okay, nobody's in the queue. Yeah, guys, you can got a question pertaining to dating and relationships, you can hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person. We'll bring you up. Alternatively, you can leave your question in the chat. That was a telenovela. Okay. Let me see. Emerald. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm alright, and you?
Good. What can I do for you?
So, I have a question. It's kind of... Alright, so I've known this person since 2013. We broke up, got back in a relationship, reconnected in 2023. And the time that we were separated, I had kids, he got married. We started dating last year, March. And now we're not dating anymore. We're like trying to, I believe he's trying to find himself because he was never, I guess, single. So my question will be, how do I deal with that? Like, do I just let him be for him to find himself, or do I wait?
I will leave him alone.
Okay.
Yeah. It will be very, you'll probably be very upset with yourself if you wait for this person and they end up in another relationship.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem, love. Cece's back. Thought Cece was back. That's right, Alicia. Sometimes you gotta keep them short and sweet. Ain't no. I used to like drag out like the simple questions. It's like there's no need to drag it out. It's like we can give you a very simple answer here. All right. Well, Cece, gotta drop you again, beloved. All right, who's this? Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on, Chief?
All right. I just wanted to see if you had any advice for any young man who would you say that it's a good thing for long term or for being on the dating scene, or how do you think the scene is looking nowadays?
What's the question specifically?
So the question is, how would you go about the dating scene nowadays?
Like with what goal in mind?
I think I would hope that for most people it would be to just find a person that you could really connect with and get on the same page with, right? I think that's at the base.
Okay.
So something like that. You know?
So like a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. And how old are you?
32.
32. Okay. 32-year-old guy, want a relationship. I would take the community approach. I would probably avoid dating apps. It depends on your situation, right? I would only use dating apps if you have zero dating experience, because dating apps are the easiest way to start getting dating experience. If you have dating experience, I would avoid dating apps entirely. And I would instead go to static environments, which are environments where you see the same people over and over again. Specifically, I would go to environments that that I have some degree of competence in or status, right? So, example of that, let's say, I don't know, let's say I'm in really good shape. I probably would do like a run club. Maybe I would start a run club. If you can be the initiator of a social scene, you will never have a dating problem as a man. If you can start shit, right? If you can be the reason why this exists, and then the reason why people show up, you will never, ever have dating problems as a man. Problem is, most men aren't willing to do that. Go ahead.
Well, the thing is, it's like I'm pretty good with meeting people and keeping things afloat, but the long-term part is where things come a little bit. I just don't see anything long-term for. It just, there's a disconnect from the beginning to the end, and that's like, I don't know if you get what I'm saying when I say that, but
No.
it's, yeah, I know. So like, I'm really good at meeting people and things like that, and then but it's just like the long term. Like, I don't see like a 20-30 year kind of thing going on with anybody.
Are you saying that the women you meet don't seem like they are fit for a long-term commitment?
Yeah, well, it's not about a commitment thing. It's just like their mindset is not for a long-term thing. And not to say, but like reading from the inbox, it's like they're so like quick to like, off with your head kind of mindset. It's like, all right, I mean, it's, it is what it is, but it's just gives you some clarity.
I have zero clarity right now, brother. So I think I get what you're saying, but I need you to also understand, me having this hard of a time understanding you, I'm sure the women you're dating are having the same issue, which means that the women that you're dating probably aren't high quality.
Yeah. Okay, so just to make sure we're on the same page, what do you consider high quality?
So someone who has worked on themselves, right? Someone who has values that align with high quality, right? Align with
So like,
long-term
when you say
commitment.
work on yourselves, what does that mean? I'm so sorry to interrupt, but what do you
Working
mean
on
work on
yourself can
yourself?
be healing from previous relationships. It can be reflecting on what they probably did wrong in the relationships. It could be something as simple as, having therapy, considering coaching, right? Taking space to isolate and integrate their experiences, right? All of those things can be working on themselves.
Okay, I mean, I just heard that a long time, and I think people just think that isolating yourself would be considered working on yourself, and I just don't think that that's really putting in work. You just picking up from where you left off, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, and it's an incorrect opinion. It's half right, meaning depending on the situation somebody is in. If you have a person who jumps from relationship to relationship and they can't be by themselves, the way for them to improve and grow as a person is to isolate themselves.
Okay, and
Right?
within that time, doing what? You can isolate yourself, but you got to be active, right?
No.
While you're doing
They're healing the thing that needs to be healed, right? So in their situation, they need to be in a relationship to feel some void inside of them. So the best thing for them to do for their personal growth is for them to stop doing that and be by themselves for some time.
right, and to self-reflect.
Correct.
which would be considered active. You're being active, right? Because you're self-reflecting. You're taking the initiative.
I guess. But what question or problem are you trying to solve, brother?
No, I'm just It's not really nothing I'm trying to solve. I'm just trying to get somebody else's POV. That's it.
Okay.
Because I mean, just talking and being social with other people, you never know what you might come across. So that's all I'm doing.
Gotcha.
Maybe you have a gem that I didn't come across, and it's all about
All right,
learning
bro.
from others. That's it.
Gotcha. Well, I got to keep it moving, brother, but you have a good one, all right? Hello.
Hey, man.
What's up, Chief?
So I'm gonna summarize this. Basically, I'm in my mid-20s. This girl is in her early 20s. I'm 24. She's 20. She's 21.
Okay.
We've been together for 3 years now. Known each other since high school. Crushing on her since high school. Spoke to God about her since high school, type of thing. Like 2 years down the relationship, I would say that I saw that we weren't like seeing eye to eye on like future goals and what's not. Basically, I wanted more, and she just I wanted more, and she just preferred to be simple. So one day I misunderstood what she was trying to say. We got into argument, we broke up, what's not. I ended up falling off track and entertaining somebody else. Basically, I told the person's things that shouldn't have been said. I did things that I shouldn't have done. Me and she's my girl now, but we're still spending time with each other at the time and what's not throughout this went on for like a year, and fast forward to now, we're here. And she recently, the other day, found out the magnitude of the situation, like to the extent of what I did, what I said, going through the phone type of stuff. I went about it, doing a lot of self-reflecting and praying and fasting and trying to build back the relationship with her. Trying new stuff, what's not, being more open in terms of communication, letting her know, being more, not being honest, but being transparent, So she's kind of, I know healing takes a while, so I already expressed to her that I'm willing to go through that motion because I see the magnitude of my actions. So I just want to know if I'm going about it the right way, if I'm taking the right approach.
Okay. What approach are you taking?
Basically, in the beginning, I wasn't transparent, or not. I wasn't transparent, but I'm not a big talker, but I try to communicate more. I try to let her know exactly, like I said, transparency. If I'm going somewhere with my friends, I try to let her know who exactly is gonna be there. I even went as far as share my location, my live location with her. And in terms of the spiritual aspect, just like talking to God about the situation more. Along that line.
Okay, so when you say the magnitude of what you did, what specifically did you do?
Well, we weren't in a relationship. We were just spending. We broke up. We spent time together, but we weren't in a relationship officially. But I would say I cheated. like, you know, cheated to that extent.
Okay, but you weren't in a relationship, so you didn't technically cheat.
Yeah, but I did. I was thinking about it like that, but I didn't wanna tell her that, you know, because of whatever reason, which is, you know, I basically trying to de-escalate the situation.
Okay, so y'all were broken up. And you did things with other women. I'm sure she probably asked you, did you do things with other women? And you said you didn't?
Yeah.
Okay. And then she went through your phone and found the evidence that you did?
Yeah.
Were you still talking to these women?
When she found out?
Yeah.
No.
What was the for?
I wasn't talking to them. But the conversations or the chats were still on the phone.
When she went through your phone, how long before that did you last deal with those women?
I would say 2 months before she went through the phone.
Okay. All right. Spidey senses are tingling on this one, bro. It sounds like you still were talking to him, but I'll believe you. So, okay. And then what did she do when she found out? Did she break up with you?
Well, you see, we still haven't gotten back together because, like I said, when she found out we weren't together, but we were still spending time. We weren't in a relationship officially, as in me, you know, asking her to be my girlfriend or what's not. But we were still spending time together. She was coming over, and you know, we were cooking, watching movie and stuff. So.
Wait, so you haven't been in a relationship with this woman?
No.
Okay, so how long have you been dating her and seeing her?
All right. I would say. All right, we were in a relationship for 2 years. We broke up, but we still spent time together for like a year.
Okay.
Up until now.
Okay. Has she ever gone through your phone before?
Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't a new experience.
No, it's not a new experience.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure. So y'all haven't officially got back together yet. Y'all just been spending time together.
Correct.
And she went through your phone, found out that you were dealing with other people, and then how did she react to that?
You know, she was angry, tears, and you know, she said that she didn't want to like be around me no more like that. But you know, like I said, I always pray about. Well, I prayed about it, and I reconciled. And now I'm actually, you know, I got rid of everything. You know, stopped talking to whoever since when, and I am going down the path of, you know, not doing stuff like.
You said you stopped talking. Did you just say you stopped talking to the women you were talking to?
Yeah, I did 2 months before she found out. But I deleted all the chats and what's not.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is she still willing to like see you and deal with you?
Yeah, well, she still sees me. We go to the gym together. We go to dinner together. You know, that type of stuff.
All right. And you're trying to get back into a relationship?
Yeah, but I'm trying to give her some time because, you know, I don't want to like rush into nothing or force nothing upon her.
Okay. Why did y'all break up originally?
Basically, I work a lot, and you know the communication aspect of. I mean, whenever I make time to see her in the evenings, or you know, but basically we weren't seeing eye to eye on a lot of stuff, and we were arguing a lot, and you know, it just came to that. That's what it came to like 2 years ago, or not 2 years ago. Sorry, a year ago.
Okay. Okay. When she went through your phone before, did she find anything?
No.
Okay. All right. I mean, you can, if you really want to be with her, bro, you can just keep doing what you're doing. Just give her space in terms of like, don't try to progress things. Wait until like that's something that she chooses for herself.
Yeah.
But when she went through your phone the first time, how long were y'all together?
I'd say about 8 months or to a year before she went through my phone the first time.
How did you know she went through your phone?
Because I play badminton, so when I was playing badminton, I looked up in the stands and I saw her on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all never talked about it?
No. Well, I just came up and I was asked her. I said, "What happened? You okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, everything's okay." And I was like, "Okay, all right," because I saw her going through the phone, so I just wanted to know if something was in there that was bothering her.
And you only engaged with these women when you were broken up?
Correct.
Might be a bit of projecting going on. Do you know what I mean by that?
No, you could explain a bit more.
Okay. Sometimes when people are doing things themselves, they start to think you're doing the same thing. Right? So when people start accusing you of cheating or trying to go through your phone, even though you haven't done anything to make them want to go through your phone, a lot of the times it's because they're doing something themselves.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying that's 100% the case. I'm just saying that that's a possibility here, right?
Yeah.
Because she's going through your phone multiple times. So you would think the first time she went through and didn't find anything, that would ease her anxiety. Then she went through it again. Later, like years later, when y'all weren't even together, by the way.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on that, okay? But assuming that that's not the case, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. Just keep spending time with her and give her the space to where like she can actually desire a real relationship herself. And then move things forward. There's no telling how long that'll take, to be honest with you, especially if she truly wasn't doing anything and then she found that you were dealing with other women and you told her that you weren't. It's possible she may never want an actual relationship. So you just have to decide whether or not that's something that you're willing to, you're willing to roll the dice on that.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So I would leave this alone personally. That's what I would do. One, because y'all already broken up once before, so this is technically like an on again, off again situation, and I hate on again, off again situations. It always means to leave, always, no exceptions. On again, off again means leave. People don't want to hear that, so I try to still work with them. But on again, off again, and then also trust has been fractured.
Yeah.
So the on again, off again shows there's a problem that has been rectified, right? The foundation is broke, and now the foundation is even further broken by a rupture of trust. It's hard to come back from. Okay? So you're rolling the dice in this situation because she may never want an actual relationship. And she may be dealing with you and somebody else simultaneously. She may continue seeing you and then end up in a relationship with somebody else. You never know, right?
Yeah.
So that's it, bro.
All right. Thanks for the advice.
No problem, Chief. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
So, my boyfriend and I, I'll just say it like this. My boyfriend has trust issues for people in general. So, oftentimes, he'll talk about how much he doesn't trust anybody and how he doesn't care about anyone. So he'll be speaking like this all the time to the point where I feel like, are you talking about me as well? And he never reassures me as if he's not talking about me. And then what doesn't help is the fact that he's also a very nonchalant person. And he has told me before that emotions are important in relationships. So anyways, what I'm asking, because he says he doesn't care, but if he sees like men like looking at me, or he thinks that men are looking at me, he's ready to shoot them, go off, do crazy stuff, all this and that. But again, he acts as if he doesn't care. And now, like, another thing that happened that I found interesting is that recently we got into it. So I told him to sleep in the living room. So while he's in the living room and I'm in the room, he busts in the room as if, because he said he thought somebody was in there with me. So I'm like, okay, what is going on? Like, do you care? Do you not care? Like, it's never clear. So I'm just trying to get some clarity. Like, does this man care? Does he not care? I spoke to my coworker. He was like, oh, he definitely cares. And I'm like, I don't know. So I'm not sure. I just need some clarity.
How long have y'all been together?
We have been together about 1.5 years and have been living together for 1 year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And your main question is whether or not he cares about you?
Yeah, like, I'm trying to get some clarity because, like, it's all over the place. But, like, to be fair, the situation is much deeper than what I'm saying. But I'll be on this live all night if I try to tell you. So, yeah, basically, I'm trying to understand if he cares or not.
It sounds like it's not a situation you should stay in.
Yeah, I was afraid you would say that.
I mean, yeah, if you got to ask if the person who cares about you, I mean, then that's not good, right?
Yeah, that's true. But it's like when they do things sometimes, like, that seems as if they do, it's like you want to believe, okay, maybe they do. But then on the flip side, he'll like go on his rants about how much he doesn't trust people and doesn't care about nobody. And I'm like, okay, so, you know, it's not making sense to me. It's not clear to me, like, what are we doing?
Yeah. So it's like, one, you can't really be with someone if you are saying that you don't even know if they care about you. Two, you already just admitted that there's a lot more to the story and you will be up here all night. So just off of me hearing that sentence tells me leave the situation.
Yeah, that's what I've been preparing myself to do. And again, I'm not trying to like be on here all night. I don't want to talk your head off, but a part of what keeps me is that I've invested so much into this relationship, and also, like, kind of TMI, I'm very like sexually attached to this person. And also I think he knows that because he has been with a lot of women, and, you know, he knows that a lot of women will stick around because of how he is in the bedroom. And unfortunately, I'm one of those women. So I think he kind of uses that to his advantage as well. So yeah, so it's very hard to like leave this person alone because, like, again, like I said, I've invested so much and I'm sexually attached to this person. So I'm like, how do I let go? Like, how do I just be like, you know, if you know what I'm asking.
Yeah, you just got to do it. There's no secret. There's no secret play here. You just got to do it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a crackhead essentially, right? Respectfully. So it's like you gotta
for the D.
You gotta stop smoking crack. You know what I mean? So you gotta remove yourself from the crack first. So you gotta like leave the relationship, and then like don't go to the people selling it anymore. Lock yourself in the basement or something like that until you kind of wean it, get it out of your system, right? But you gotta leave though. You know, you gotta do that.
I mean, I'm planning to do that because he is planning on going back to his home country this weekend, and whatever he has planned after that, I don't know like where we stand. So I'm already planning on letting myself go, like, away from this relationship. But I'm wondering if he decides to come back, like, should I give him another chance? Like, or should I just
So you're not
cut off
going.
all ties?
So you're not going nowhere, huh?
I mean, I want to let this go. I really do. For
That's what
so
you
many
said, but
reasons.
you're already talking about should I give another chance? You ain't even left yet talking about give another chance. What are we doing?
I know it sounds so silly right now. I know, but I'm just saying, like, the relationship status, like, we're together right now, but like the way he talks as if when he gets back to America is like it's up in the air. I'm like, what are we doing? Should I reconnect with him when he gets back, or is this just like a done deal after he leaves and goes back home?
No, I think you should absolutely just leave. Period. That's just the answer. You gotta leave.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Like right now, you can't sleep with him anymore from this conversation forward.
No. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Because if you do it again, like you sleep with him again, you're smoking crack again.
You're right about that.
That's like we just had a crack intervention, and we're like, stop smoking crack. You're like, I agree. And I'm like, now. You're like, wait, I was gonna smoke some tonight. I had plans tonight. I want to smoke crack tonight. After tonight, no more crack. But the moment you smoke more crack, you're gonna be reminded how good crack is, and you're gonna forget this conversation.
Yeah. It's even harder because, like, okay, we stay in the one bedroom.
Right.
So even when we were broken up, we were sleeping in the same bed, which obviously was not a good idea because now it led to us being back together. Because, of course, inevitably, us sleeping in the same bed, we ended up doing things again. So I'm just like, how do I go about this given that we're sleeping in the same bed? Like, should I just put him back in the living room, make him sleep on the hardwood floor? Like, I feel like that was kind of messed up. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very difficult situation, but yeah, I would try to figure out the logistics, get out of there as soon as possible.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna definitely do that.
All right, I don't believe you, but definitely call back in with the update. All right.
All right, thank you.
All right, love. Take care. Is Cece back? Let's see.
I am. Oh my god. I apologize.
You good?
No, when I first said hold on, it's because my ugly ass ex walked in front of my car. I had to drop off my son.
Oh, I got you.
So I was like, let me get off of here. I was trying to time it right, but yeah. So I apologize.
It's all good.
I'm good. And then my phone was like tripping, so I don't know what was happening. So I had to wait till I get home. So I'm home now, and I think the app needed to update. So, I don't remember. Well, I didn't even miss my commercial. Y'all, let's tap it up. Let's tap it up. Let's get to 75 as soon as possible. Okay, so what I was talking about was that, yeah, I kind of been really putting into practice the self-regulating and doing some stuff that, is helpful because, like I said, there was a dip, but I know that it was because he was busy and I had to allow him the space for that and not let my anxiety take over. Right. And so I think I did pretty well. And then I also had to like you said, sit with it and then give myself healthy distractions, not just like, oh, well, I'm gonna do this and check my phone in a angry way or an anxious way or something like that, or do the things as like, oh, I'm gonna pull back and he's gonna have to. No, I still text, have a good day, do whatever, and then still kind of showed up. So by the time we did talk, he was like letting me know everything, was very like filling in all on his own and not having me to be like, I need this or I need that,
Right.
So, now that I'm becoming hold the phone, Tricks, you don't know me. And to say I am like Mr. O'Neill.
All right, focus don't focus on the chat, CC.
I know, I try not to, because I be telling people not to, but whoa. Okay, let me turn this off. Let me turn this off right now. I don't need to see the chat. I can just there we go. All right. So yeah, I've just been doing, like I said, doing the work, doing the things, and I actually came out feeling better. And so we're about to hit like another big break. But I think given the things I already put into practice, I feel a lot better with where we're headed. So
nice.
So yeah, it's hard work, and you say it, and to actually be in it,
right?
It's like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I said the biggest thing that helped me in particular was just making out the list of all the things, and then just all I can say is I'm still going to show up the way that I have intended, and going off of pattern behavior, and not just it's a one-off, and like you said, like collecting the information, but like sitting in it and realizing it's not the abandonment that I think it is.
Right.
There's always times, and same as I have times where I'm going to be busy and I don't have my phone, I'm not checking it, I'm not trying to do all that, I'm trying to focus on what I'm trying to focus on. So it's the exact same thing. So yeah, I agree. I feel like he is more secure, and hopefully that is helping me deal with my anxious and slowly becoming secure on my end. So
there you go. Well, keep it going, love.
I listen and I try to.
Oh, you taking shots at Hannah now by saying you listen? Is that a shot at Hannah? That's what it sounds like. Shots fired.
Hannah's out here doing big things. She's my inspiration with her posts. I'm like, I still haven't. I don't know about wearing heels, but I'm not all the time. Bless her heart. I do want to see more of her camera posts. Those are always nice. Her outfits. But yeah, no, I'm still, one thing I will say I think has helped, we're still sharing our calendar. And so I have been kind of micromanaging that, but I think it also helps the visual of us, again, seeing the overlaps of when we are available and being intentional with our time. And he's even kind of, talked about future things that, we can do. And because I have that extra time, it's worked out. Like you say, play on your strength, and I'm a little bit more organized in that sense than he is. But I also see he has made some adjustments and stuff like that. So
nice.
It's all been good. Yeah. So I appreciate it. I be trying to chime in my little stuff, but yeah, he is definitely secure. So I definitely agree with you on that. So, but yeah, so that's just also something for the chat too, like for the anxious ladies, I would say, or maybe guys could use it too. But definitely do those things. I know Coach doesn't always give out like exact lists, but do the things to get your mind off of that person and live your life. And, if they're for you, all those things will play out. They'll communicate. And yeah, so it's just been giving that time to learn that. But yeah.
Cool.
That's my update. But I wanted to give something to the people today, because it has been crazy these last couple days.
All right. Well, appreciate the update, CC. Definitely keep us posted, all right?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the support. And yeah, so keep tapping, you guys. We're not at 75K yet. The goal is actually 115, so definitely keep tapping. And thank you guys for the shares and the heart me's. Don't forget that orange heart right up at the top. Grab that and follow the host. All right, I'm out. Thank you, Coach. Thank you for being patient with me.
Appreciate you. All right, do we have anybody in the queue? It looks like we don't. I have room for like one more call, so give it a second. See if anybody requests. Give it a sec. Can't believe I've been on these lives for like 4 months. It's like a radio show. It is like a radio show, isn't it? Very similar. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Coach. How y'all doing? I really don't have I've been watching you for like 2 or 3 days or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to add something because I was the lady that was talking about she couldn't get over the man because of sex, and I talk to a lot of women and men.
Mm-hmm.
The thing what I have with you is what I want to say is that sex is a big deal.
Right.
Is it or I mean,
yes.
Do you feel like that sex is a big deal in a relationship? Like we
Absolutely.
should find a partner that can please us, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm 39, right? So my biggest thing is finding a man that can sexually please me, but also have a brain as well, and someone that can communicate, because sometimes those two don't go together. You have the sex is good, and then you have where they don't know how to communicate as well. You know what I'm saying? So women are telling other women like, I don't know her situation because I really chimed in late. But for women that's saying that women shouldn't talk to men just because of sex, but that is the biggest problem that a lot of women are having because they're looking for a man with good sex. I just don't understand. That really is why women don't have a man, because they want a man that is going to perform well in the bedroom. I'm just going to be honest. And that's just what's going on. So if they're not going to have sex with, we get all these problems. We don't want y'all to cheat on us, right? And, some men, they cheat. I mean, for different reasons. Women don't want men to cheat, and men, basically, they cheat sometimes. And women are looking for good sex and conversation. Some men don't know how to do that. So that's all I was saying. Like, though, it's gonna be tricky in relationships because you're not gonna always get like those two together, the communication and the sex. So if I talked to a man that's like 35, I'm trying to wrap it up because I know people be on here long, and he kind of like, women say men are sassy. He kind of like, he's very sensitive when me and him get into it about small stuff. Like, if I call him a liar about something, he'll shut down and won't talk to me for a few days. I just feel like that's weird. But anyway, his sex is good, and I'm not going to leave him alone, Coach. I just can't. I don't know how to leave him alone because his communication is okay. It has some work. He can work on it, so it's not a big deal. So I'm one of the women who stand because the sex is good. Communication could be better, but I'm all right. But I hope all the women find the right man for them. Good luck to that. But yeah, I just wanted to add to that, like, women they want the sex, Coach. They ain't gonna tell you that though. But that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. All right, well, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. You have a good night.
Take care. All right. Well, that was the last call, people.